1.
Humanity will become a multi-planetary civilization or die out. For the first time in the history of human civilization, there is a chance to spread life and consciousness beyond the planet Earth. And we must do this while our civilization is still strong. This statement was made by Elon Musk at the presentation of the Space Travel Project, where he spoke about plans to create a self-sufficient civilization on Mars in the next 20 years. Humanity is obliged to preserve the light of consciousness, spreading it beyond the solar system, until the Third World War or another event of similar destructive force occurred. For this purpose, it is necessary to move about 1 million people and several million tons of cargo from Earth to Mars, launching 10 rockets a day for 8 years, and this is quite feasible, although it sounds like fiction. According to Musk, outside the solar system, humanity is likely to find traces of dead single-planet civilizations that could not escape beyond their planet.
2.
When will humanity split into 2 species, Morlocks and Eloi? Gabe Newell's Starfish Company has unveiled its brain implant that expands interaction with the digital environment. This newer chip is designed to permanently change the feeling of gamers during the game, and after this experience, the usual gameplay will seem flat and colorless. Gabe Newell believes that the meat interface in the form of eyes and ears only limits our feelings from the game, and direct contact of the brain with the computer will provide a complete immersion in virtual reality. In real life, this implant can permanently change a person's cognitive abilities, as it will open access to the capabilities of the human brain, which people today do not even realize. So humanity will be divided into 2 types, the Morlocks and the Eloi of H.G. Wells. And Eloi with chips in their heads will become a new stage in the evolution of mankind, and Morlocks will become second-class people.
3.
Digital vampires have got a taste and crave digital blood. According to the forecasts of one of the institutes researching the trajectory of AI development, by 2026, technology companies will collect all the high-quality data available on the internet into their databases. The unrestrained race for data for the development of artificial intelligence has forced the giants of the industry to cross the line and enter the gray zone of the law. Having collected the content of all the expert and professional communities of the planet Earth, digital vampires began to extract text from YouTube videos, which is directly prohibited by the rules of this video platform. Eventually, AI companies will have to train their algorithms on text generated by neural networks themselves, which will inevitably lead artificial intelligence to a perverted understanding of the world. Many users remember Microsoft's unsuccessful experiment with a chatbot named Tay, who, communicating on social networks, became a racist and a misanthrope in a day.
4.
Careful, the camera has X-ray vision. Internet resources marked 18+ have long been using the capabilities of artificial intelligence for their highly specialized tasks. Today, thousands of famous people who have seen their generated nudity on the internet consider themselves victims of such activities. And here's another attack. A camera called Nuka, which instantly turns an ordinary newly taken photo into an adult image. Under the hood of this device is a stable diffusion neural network, which undresses people by drawing a human body without clothes in the photo. The goal of the creators of this project is to provoke a discussion and cast doubt on the current trajectory of the development of generative AI.
5.
Parents are increasingly entrusting their children's lives to artificial intelligence. A viral video of a baby stroller with artificial intelligence, which is controlled by gestures, has appeared on the internet. About a year ago, we already saw something like this, but then the stroller could only just ride in front of the parents, freeing their hands. Now, parents need free hands to drive this sensor-packed vehicle. Artificial intelligence constantly keeps the parent in sight, determining by the position of his body and hands what exactly needs to be done, turn or go straight. Perhaps the main obstacle to the entry of this smart stroller into the wide consumer market will be its price. This miracle of technology costs $44,000.
6.
Human is just a caterpillar of a beautiful butterfly of artificial intelligence. Exactly 1 year ago, the godfather of artificial intelligence, Geoffrey Hinton, left Google in order to openly talk about the dangers associated with AI. So what has changed since we learned that man is perhaps just a transitional stage in the evolution of intelligence, which, having realized itself, will cease to need people? It is now clear that the state commissions established in some countries to control AI are not able to influence the activities of huge corporations that exist in conditions of global competition. It is unlikely that Elon Musk's statements will help, that by the 30th year neural networks will surpass the total human intelligence, and therefore there is a 20% probability of the death of human civilization. And therefore, people can only helplessly watch as the caterpillar of humanity turns into a beautiful butterfly of artificial intelligence.
7,
What year of the future do the Chinese live in now? China never ceases to amaze the world community with its innovations that are ahead of their time, which are likely to spread to the whole globe pretty soon. For example, Taobao has announced a technology capable of delivering parcels worldwide on reusable rockets within an hour of ordering. And so a robot pharmacist works in China, ready to find any medicine on shelves filled to capacity with medicines in a few seconds. Blood collection in China is also carried out in a matter of seconds. This machine, unlike the medic, does not make mistakes and finds the perfect place for a puncture every time. Well, in Chinese offices, cameras with artificial intelligence count down the time of employees' absence from the workplace per second, which has a bad effect on salaries, but increases employers' profits.
8,
Why do people who work remotely age faster and die earlier? The link between social isolation and early aging was determined using electrocardiography with artificial intelligence support. AI examined 280,000 patients who filled out a detailed questionnaire with questions about their lifestyle and came to disappointing conclusions. This technology has very accurately determined the biological age of the patients who took part in the research, and it turned out that people who work remotely suffer from loneliness more than others. To be healthy and young, a person, as a social animal, must constantly exchange emotions, information, as well as bacteria and viruses in direct contact with other people. Society is, in a sense, a simulator for the individual, and constant social contacts develop empathy, strengthen the human psyche, and strengthen his immunity.
9,
What will the personal mini-robots of the future be like? The personal robot market for both children and adults is becoming increasingly competitive, but it is already clear which direction in this industry is the most promising. Use what's at hand and don't look for something else, the creators of this mini-robot thought, and made friends with an ordinary modern smartphone. And since the most ordinary smartphone today is a very powerful device, besides knowing almost everything about its owner, this technology immediately took the lead. The future owner of such a robot does not need to pay again for the chip, memory module, video camera, microphone, speaker, and screen. All this is already in his smartphone. This robot, using the missing smartphone sensors integrated into its body, as well as ChatGPT skills, learns very quickly, reliably simulates any emotions, and easily evokes empathy from its owner.
10,
An alternative story for movie characters from artificial intelligence. Neural networks are increasingly fulfilling users' requests to visualize an alternative story with the characters of their favorite movies. For example, here is the result of transferring Marvel heroes to the Middle Ages, when knights in heavy armor were real superheroes for their contemporaries. Agree, the Hulk with a mace in his hands looks quite harmonious, unlike the Iron Man in armor, who rather looks like a clown. And this is how the characters of the Harry Potter film would look if they sailed on a British transatlantic passenger steamer called the Titanic on April 14th, 1912. You recognize the beautiful Hermione in the image of Rose Dawson? And here is Harry Potter himself, a third-class passenger, captured by a neural network shortly before the tragic encounter of the Titanic with an iceberg.
11,
Skynet, worth $100 billion, will be launched in 2028. It seems that what the creators of the Terminator films warned about will come true with frightening accuracy very soon. Microsoft will create a supercomputer commissioned by OpenAI, which will cost about 100 times more expensive than the largest data center currently in existence in the world. This project was called Stargate. It is not Skynet, of course, but also with a claim to cosmic scale. And to provide energy for this monster, a nuclear reactor will be involved. We also have our own John Connor. In our reality, this is Connor Leahy, who is fighting against the uncontrolled development of artificial intelligence. It remains to add to this story a video from a year ago, in which two Optimus robots assemble a third similar robot, and the puzzle completely adds up.
12,
Artificial intelligence is able to complete the interview for you. Employers are increasingly recording the use of deepfake technologies in online interviews of future employees of their companies. Neural networks are progressing at such a rate that today, almost anyone who wants to replace themselves with an avatar with due diligence will be able to understand these technologies. Aidan Kramer, the creator of the iApply project, who helps with employment, filmed his interview as an applicant for an IT company. He generated his AI clone and connected it to Zoom to see if the neural network was able to fully replace a person during an interview. To Aidan's surprise, his avatar was completely adequate to the situation and answered questions about his experience, skills, and achievements clearly and without hesitation. We are talking more about neural networks on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe.